Hello and welcome to the Real Original Podcast. This is episode number 3.
3
already.
Yes.
We might sound a little better. We finally got some fucking upgrades because I don't know. We want to be serious about this.
Yeah, it took us literal hours this morning trying to figure them out.
Yeah, so no one ever told us that you can't just fucking plug 2 microphones into your computer and record both audios. Which might sound trivial, but we're stupid, so it took us a lot longer.
Yeah, we should have it figured out now, so we'll see. Hopefully it sounds all right.
Yeah, we're recording a lot later than we normally do. It's fucking almost 9 o'clock.
Yep, got a few drinks on us.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Should be fun. Oh, yeah.
Yep. No,
right.
and yeah, we're enjoying doing this. It's fun. Good creative energy.
Oh, yeah, a lot better than our normal jobs for getting some creative stuff out of us.
Well, the problem is you put way more money into this than you're ever going to get out, probably.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
It could be different.
Cocky asshole. Not going to happen.
Well, we'll see. We'll sure see. So, the first topic we have...
First question.
We're
still going to stick to this formula of question, and we each answer it how we feel for now until we find a niche that we want to kind of be a part of. Because as of right now...
more, maybe.
Yeah, as of right now, this is just kind of for fun, like trying to figure out if this is something we even want to do. We like this 3-question thing because it's stupid, and we like talking about dumb shit, so... All right, what was the first one? Go ahead.
First one. What would you bring to a desert island and why? Excluding food and water.
So your water and your food needs are met already? Like the island's got coconut and shit?
I guess this was your question, so...
that was my thought process, yeah.
Maybe, okay, so the food and water's met, right?
Yeah, so there's like maybe wild pigs.
Okay.
Or coconuts or pineapples or some shit on there.
Wild pigs you gotta wrestle down and...
And you got maybe one, like, fresh water stream on there, and you're good.
Okay.
What would you bring with you?
How many items do I get?
1.
Just 1?
Yeah, 1 thing. That's it.
Just 1 thing.
1 thing.
You know, that's tough. That is tough. Because it almost has to be something entertainment-wise, right?
That's what I would say. What do you think? What would you do?
Probably a book, I guess.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to go with maybe like the Bible or the Book of Mormon or the Quran or something like that. Mein Kampf. Something to read that you can read over and over again and get, find something new in it every time.
Mein Kampf.
Possibly. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Some kind of book.
Yeah.
Because the problem is you could say like a TV, but then all you got is a useless fucking TV with no, got no receiver, no satellite.
If you only have 1 item, if you had like 10 items, you could
really make a fucking life out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you build a whole cabin shit out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd bring my Traeger, my TV, my dish cable.
Yeah, you just have an outpost out there then.
Yeah, shit. 1 item though, that is tough because you pick one and you're sticking to that, and that's all you got. You got whatever's on the island and fucking whatever you have with you. See, what is something that brings you entertainment that you're like that is only 1 thing? Like, because obviously, like video game systems, that's hours and hours and hours of entertainment. But you also need a TV.
Yeah. And
all that kind of shit.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you just have to get like 1 Playboy magazine.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. That's
some coconut water or something.
Oh, dude. Fucking gross.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because...
Banana peel, I don't know.
Dude. Man. Starting off early, huh? Getting into this, aren't we?
What kind of entertainment?
Really getting into this, aren't we?
What entertainment could you give yourself on a deserted island,
I think a Playboy magazine is perfect. I mean, I never really thought about that, but
they have good articles. That's
that. Or imagine having an Etch-a-Sketch, dude.
Oh, an Etch-a-Sketch. You can make the Mona Lisa on the Etch-a-Sketch.
If you wanted to, yeah. If you felt the need,
something to sink a lot of time into to get good at.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be sweet. I don't know, man. Other than that, I couldn't really think of anything else.
If you're Tom Hanks, I guess shoes would be probably on the top of your
list.
Or
a volleyball.
Yeah, a little companion.
Wilson,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's on Last Man on Earth when he's like, I'll never talk to balls. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, he's got all those friends.
The bar full of
I feel like I would probably think I would never do it. And then by the time you get, you're on there for years, it's like.
Oh, yeah, you got nobody to talk to. You're going to talk to rocks and.
Maybe have like a little piglet friend or something that runs around.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man. That's a tough question because it's like if it's only one item, like you said, if it's a few, then you could do fucking Xbox, TV, an outlet source.
Starlink. Yeah. Who knows?
Or you know what you could have said? A fucking boat. And then you could get off the island.
There you go. I would like one sailboat, please. Yeah, that might help you out.
Yeah, fucking a boat or maybe like a flare gun or something like that.
Yeah.
Get you off of it.
Flare gun, but you wouldn't have the flares if it's one item.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless it's a loaded flare gun, that's technically still one item.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm sure that's a loophole there.
That is a loophole, yeah. That's where the genie's like, he says fuck you at that point. Yeah, I like that topic. It's hard because I was thinking about that one all week and I was like, man, that is going to be fun to bring up, but I don't know, it kind of closes you in this box. How many items would you need to bring to make it a decent experience?
To make it
a fucking bed,
I guess
a
the
shower.
very minimum you're saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, every survival guy says you need rope. Like, that's one of the biggest things. Some kind of thing to tie up stuff so you can create structures.
A rope.
So it's very hard to. It's something that's very hard to make out when you're in a survival situation or something.
What are you gonna need rope for? I'd just be sitting on the beach drinking coconut water, tanning.
I don't know. You could, make a little structure for yourself.
True.
That is hard to make without rope.
I guess those tropical storms are kind of a thing.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught up in a hurricane with nothing.
Yeah, get launched
out
to sea.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Hide under a plum tree for survival.
A bush. Dig in the sand for that. Yeah, I don't know, man. That'd be pretty insane. I always thought, like, as a kid, I always had this weird idea that would be really awesome. Like, that'd be a great life.
Oh, you're watching the
Bear Grylls.
Oh, I thought you meant the show where the family gets stuck and they make a tree house and shit. What's that show called?
Is it a show or a movie?
It's probably both a show and I think it's a movie. Yeah.
Well, there's like, I don't know. Like I gotta watch Bear Grylls and be like, fuck yeah, man, I could do that. That'd be sweet. Just live on the beach, fucking killing lobsters and shit, and just eat lobster and drink fucking coconut water. Yeah, that sounds like the life.
Yeah, and
not at the pay
you're
taxes.
Bear Grylls, you figure out a way to drink your piss every episode you make.
Well, he does that to show you, right? To show you how to survive.
Yeah, to show you how to drink your own piss.
Listen, Ty, if you're in a fucking survival situation, you do what you need to do to survive. You don't just.
Yeah, boil it.
What would you do? Just keel over and accept your fate instead of drinking your piss?
I don't think just drinking your piss straight up is. He does shit to it. I don't know. He puts it on a tarp in the sun. And I don't know what he does.
Well, what he normally does is he'll pee into something, and then he'll dump it out through like a bandana or some shit, so that it's like kind of filtered. It's not.
Yeah, for sure.
At least if I remember right. And then he'll also, like when he was in the Sahara, I think he like peed on it and put it around his neck, so it was a little bit cool.
Yeah, get a little Swiss Family Robinson. That's the. I just had to look it up.
I've never seen it.
That's the movie.
So, never seen it.
I think it's just the. It's kind of like Tarzan.
Well, when I watch Castaway, I'm like, dude, that guy's catching fish. He's just living the life, man. Like, he's lonely, but what more could you want out of life? A fucking nice beach.
You know what was in that? You know what was in that package, right?
Well, he never opened
a solar satellite phone.
I don't think that's
waterproof.
Is that part of the lore, or what?
No, that's just a joke. But
the one he delivered to the lady, yeah.
Oh, great!
It's a great movie.
My waterproof solar satellite phone got here.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, I suppose we can move on. That one was a lot more boring than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was way more interesting, but once you narrow it down to one thing, it's kind of like, okay, well, how can I entertain myself? That's immediately where my mind goes. So,
yeah, probably just book something you can just reread a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2: best or favorite story in a video game?
Yeah, I'd definitely have to say Red Dead Redemption 2, 100%.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm pretty sure I called that, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2?
2. After playing Red Dead 1, I was like... And then they were coming out with the second one. I was like, there is no way they're going to top this. Like, playing as John Marston was so just amazing.
Do you like him better or Arthur Morgan?
Well, after you play Red Dead Redemption 2, you do like Arthur Morgan too, better. And you don't think that if you played the first one. You're like, there's no way I'm going to like Arthur better than John. And then you do.
John's pretty fucking badass.
John is very badass, yeah.
But so is Arthur. I haven't finished it yet. I still need to finish it. I'm working on that. Yeah, it's a very long video
quite
game.
A few years late, but...
Yeah, well, better late than never, right?
Yeah, when that first came out, I binged it.
Number 2 or number 1?
Number 2. When it came out, I pushed through and... Yeah, I got it done right away.
I remember our whole fucking family... Like, when number 1 came out, our whole family played it.
There was like a whole...
People who didn't even play video games played it.
Yeah.
Like, in our family, which was crazy.
Yeah, there was kind of like a little competition about who could finish it first.
Yeah, I remember... I was little, and we had this one Xbox 360 down in our basement. And so that's where my stepdad was playing Red Dead 1. And I would always go down there, and I'd just go hog wild on Halo Reach,
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, is my favorite video game story. And I'll get into that in a second. But I'd go down there and I'd play Halo Reach. Well, I remember loading up Red Dead and I would like run around on the horse and just fucking kill things and skin them, whatever. Just fuck around and kill people, lasso them. And I remember I want to say it was an accident, but I don't remember if I did it malicious. I didn't have a malicious intent, but I don't remember if I did it on purpose or not. But I finished his story on accident.
Oh, damn.
So he was going through it, didn't finish it, and then I came in and finished it for him. And I remember he was so pissed when he got home.
The ending of that one's sad, dude.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember being like, what the hell? Like, this really? You have to play his little bitch, Jack.
I guess, spoiler warning, if you haven't played it, you're only over 10 years now.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter at this point.
But, yeah, I mean, when he's getting shot up in front of the barn, yeah.
Man, it sucks. Fuck, you have to play his little bitch, Jack.
Jack's pretty sick.
Yeah. He's not as cool as John.
Yeah.
Or Arthur, for that. I'm enjoying Red Dead 2, I would say, more than I did Red Dead 1, but I haven't played Red Dead 1 since it came out, probably. It's been a long fucking time.
I replayed it a few years back before the second one came out. Like 1 or 2 years before, just replayed it. Did the whole story before it came out, the second one. And a bunch of people were complaining about the controls and shit. But if you play the first one and you're good at that, then the controls weren't different,
They're pretty the same. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of differences, but they're pretty similar. So
yeah, I love that.
A lot of people were complaining about the controls. I really didn't have a problem with them, but
yeah, I love Red Dead 2. I was having so much fun with it.
Oh, dude,
I remember the one
incredible.
time when I started playing it, you and I were hanging out a lot. Mm-hmm. And we were about to go to El Vaquero. I had just gotten off work.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept trying to get on this horse, and it kept, like, I was trying to tame this wild horse, and it kept fucking bucking me off. And I was getting so pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so realistic. I love that game. It's awesome. I need to finish it.
Just an absolutely beautiful world and
yeah,
beautiful story. Amazing. Maybe not too many spoilers for that, especially since you haven't finished it. But yeah, just incredible. And you'll probably
well, the
cry
internet
at the end
has
of it.
spoiled it for me, or most of it.
Yeah, you'll probably cry at the end of it. I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which I never really get messed up by spoilers. I don't care.
Oh,
I
I avoid them like the plague.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't.
I've had a lot of shit spoiled for me.
Yeah, I've kind of found that it never really hinders my experience, but I don't know why that is. Like, I think it's just about how you view the thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're looking for, I don't know how to. I don't know. I'm not a fucking psychologist. But yeah, I don't. It never bothers me, but yeah, I would say my favorite definitely would have to be Halo Reach, and I'm probably really biased on this because that was like the first video game I like played through and like grinded hard.
Oh yeah.
And I loved Halo Reach, dude.
You beat it on Legendary, haven't you?
Yep. Me and Haney beat it on Heroic. I beat it on Legendary. I love Halo Reach, dude. And I think why I love the story so much is that it shows you how small you are, and really in the world. Like the way that they set up the scenes, it's like these huge landscapes of fucking giant ships and like giant armies, and you're like, holy fuck, like there's no way. And the cool thing about that story is you actually end up fucking losing in the end.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
That video game definitely has some powerful story moments for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like John blowing himself up, or not
Carter.
Well, he flies the ship in there. Mm-hmm. What's the guy with the big armor? I forget.
George,
yep.
He's in the Covenant cruiser.
Yeah, on the cruiser.
Yep. You disable it.
Oh yeah.
That game is fucking. Oh man, I could if I had to play one video game for the rest of my life, it might be that one.
Yeah.
Multiplayer and all included. It's just the whole experience so awesome. And actually, we have been getting like not that long ago. You and us and our other cousin, we got into Reach. We were playing some Infection on the Master Chief Collection.
Playing Master Chief Collection. Yep,
getting the Infection. Hell yeah, man! There's still a lot of people playing that, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But we kept getting in the same lobbies, which kind of made it.
Yeah.
A lot of PC players on there, which are their freaking aim is impeccable, so it's hard.
Yeah, probably a lot of guys playing since the first, it came out. Yeah. Pretty much. So lots of guys that would snipe you across the map with a Magnum and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first video game I ever played was Halo 3 at a friend's house. I thought video games were so dumb. I was like, they're so stupid. Like I'm never gonna. And then I went over to his house and he's like, dude, you gotta try this out. And I was like, this is fucking. I was playing as the Arbiter. Yeah. And he was Master Chief, and it was so awesome. I was like, this shit's fucking badass. So I begged my mom for Xbox 360 and Halo Reach. But yeah, just the story. I love like the visuals of like, wow, holy fuck, like
the cracked helmet and shit. And,
the cracked helmet. Gosh, I like when I think my favorite part of that whole thing is when he's on his own. Your character. Yep. He crosses the hill and he's looking down on that big city and it's just getting fucking rained on by bullets by these giant ships, and he's just got the tags of George. And he's just like. He's just sitting there like staring like, holy fuck, It's like a moment because through him, you can be like, fuck, like, damn, we're kind of, we're fucked here.
Yeah, and just being able to customize your own character for the story too. That was really cool as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
having you guys show up in all the cutscenes and
yeah. Halo Reach is a great story for sure. I love that. I think Master Chief is awesome too. You know,
Yeah,
even having to play as him. I like how it's supposed to be. I didn't mind Halo 4 as much as a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember playing that.
I think
it was pretty good.
A lot of people were pissed because the Master Chief is supposed to be like a vessel for the player, right? It's like you're playing through him, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't speak much. He doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of to insert yourself into him, yeah.
Yeah, and then with Halo 4, they kind of made him more like emotional. They had him have more lines. They were fleshing him out as a character, and I kind of like that, you know. After playing for quite a while.
Yeah, that one, like, Cortana's like getting corrupted, right?
Yeah, she's slowly going rampant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad story. It's very good though, very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halo Reach for sure, hands down. And I love Red Dead. You know, the Red Dead 1 was awesome. What I've played of Red Dead 2 is so fucking awesome. And there's so many good games. I remember my dad and I, when I was down in Arizona, he and I, we stayed up all night and we played through this game called Inside. Have you ever seen it? It's like this little dude with a red shirt.
Yeah, I don't
on the
think
cover. It's awesome,
so.
Dude. Maybe we'll play that after this. It's a very good story. It's crazy. It's like I think it's a 3D platformer type deal. It's very good, and we played through that, and that story was really good too.
Nice.
But it wasn't really much of like a story. It was more of like you were kind of playing it, and then the story goes along as you're playing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. A while back I played this one. I forget what it's called now. It was really crazy though. You're like a little silhouette of a little boy, and it's a platformer too. But you're going through these like crazy fucked up places. It's kind of like a slightly horror one, kind of.
Is it like all black?
Yeah, it's like kind of black and white.
I know what you're talking about. And I can't remember the name.
Yeah, you're going through like this. You kind of start out outside, and then you go through the farm, and there's like a bunch of pigs fucked up and shit. And then you kind of go down in this like government base. It's kind of crazy. And then there's like a few different endings for it too. So it depends on.
I'm pretty sure that's Inside, man.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. That sounds really familiar.
Let me look it up quick. I'm not sure about that, but
I haven't played it in years, but I don't know. I'd have to say Halo Reach, and
it was Inside, yeah. Okay, it is that game.
Yeah, Inside's fucking sweet, man. You got to finish that. Yeah, if you haven't.
I did. When I started playing it.
Yeah, so you got to the ending of like where it's like a big ball of people.
You're the ball of people. Yeah, rolling through.
Fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
That was a crazy game.
Yeah, no, that game's fucking wild.
There's a few different endings, and then you're trying to like flips. There's like a special ending if you go through and flip all the switches or something too.
Oh, I didn't know. We didn't. We just did it in one night. I just remember we finished at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think I had work the next day too, but I just couldn't stop playing it.
Yeah, it's so good.
I was very intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's a good one. But yeah, what are you playing through right now? Or what have you been playing?
Really, I just been playing multiplayer games. I haven't.
You got your race wheel, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I bought it. I played it for a couple weeks. Often playing in the new Forza.
Yeah. But did you like it?
Yeah, the race wheel's freaking sweet.
Is it just like really hard to use?
It is hard to. Yeah, you'd think. I was like, yeah, I'm good at driving. This will make it way easier, but it's a big. Sorry. Yeah, it's a big transition to that.
From
sure.
Controller to that.
Yeah. I was getting pretty good on the controller actually, even though it's tough. But I was playing that enough, just online. That's all I was doing, to get pretty good on there. And then I switched to the wheel, and it was tough. I like driving manual cars, and it's got a little 6-speed shifter on it, and I had such a hard time doing that too.
Figuring that out.
Yep, I'm still not very good at it, but
I need to come try it, man. Tomorrow's the day.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow's the day. I'm gonna come try it. I'm gonna fucking try it because I've been thinking about getting one too. I've never been a huge fan of those racing games, but I feel like if I had one of those, that might change the whole fucking thing.
No, it's It's sweet, and I bought it used off of Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that had it, he built a whole little rig for it with it's got a Mitsubishi Lancer, like a real car seat on it.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty sweet. You kind of, you sit like it's a real car in there.
That's fucking sick, dude.
It is. He had a pretty good setup going for it. Yeah.
You got it for a fairly good deal, too, I think.
Yeah.
For what it was,
I think
right?
it was like, $400.
You got the wheel, the fucking pedals.
It was an okay deal. Because brand new, the wheel and race wheels about that, all that stuff. But then, if I was to add the seat and everything on there, then it would cost a bit more, quite a bit more. I think I had a whole setup priced out, and it was like $700 altogether. Jeez. With the little rig with the seat on it and stuff. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. But I haven't played a single player game in a long time.
Yeah, me neither. We've been playing COD, the new
COD and Sea of Thieves a little bit.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that game's fun, man.
It's very fun.
Yeah, that game is fucking fun. We have a YouTube, and we're probably going to upload some Sea of Thieves content at some point.
I think so.
I was thinking about it. I think we should.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
I don't know, though, because it's the only thing about that game is it's very fun, but it's only in moments, you know. There's like certain moments that are like, this is fucking awesome. And then you got the sailing from island to island.
The sailing isn't too bad. I enjoy it.
Well, we just sit there and bullshit, but, you know, you're just standing there, so it's not anything special, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, until you get attacked by a kraken or something.
Or another fucking person.
Yeah. Yeah, you scan around. Once you get some loot, you get real paranoid in that game.
Yeah.
Looking around at the horizon.
It's fun to play with people, but I remember you said you played it alone. I was like, dude, how did you even...
Yeah, it's... I mean, if you see any other person, you're steering clear of them, so trying to avoid them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. To me, like, I think that's the fun part of it, is going to find people and fucking them up, you know? I like that part of it. I'm not a huge fan of the loot gathering bullshit, but...
I don't know. I enjoy it okay. But that's a game that, if you're having some kind of tiff with another crew, you get stories from it almost. Like, you can tell a detailed story in that game just from your experiences with another crew.
That is true. Yeah, I remember you and I that one night. So we had watched The Big Lebowski, so we went and got a bunch of shit to make White Russians. And we got fucked up. And you were house sitting for somebody, and we fucking we went over there and we were just playing Sea of Thieves, and it was awesome, but we were attacking people and like... And I remember
we had that one guy that he was fucking with us, and they were at
he was yelling at us.
They were at one of the skeleton forts, and we just kept sailing over there with our ship every time they sunk us because they were in a galleon. We were just in the sloop.
Yeah, it was like 6 dudes, and it was just us 2.
Well, it'd be 4 guys, yeah.
Or 4, okay. Yeah. It was 4 versus us 2.
So we just kept sailing over there every time we respawned.
I remember eventually I shot myself or you shot me onto their ship, and I climbed the crow's nest. And I just waited until the perfect moment. I went down there, and I think I killed 2 or 3. And then I finally got brought down, but... Yeah, it was it was fun, but I was like, there was no way we were going to win that.
No. You know? Yeah, you get a good crew. It's hard to beat for sure.
Yeah,
but that game you have to have people to have fun with, because it's a real slog if you're just by yourself on a sloop.
Oh, dude, I could never do it. It's so boring.
It's
hard enough with just 2.
I was grinding it because I'm pretty close to pirate captain now, or the pirate legend now. So I was just...
Congratulations.
We'll get you there too if we start playing it again.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I've been really into Halo Infinite again. That game's it's fun. It's fun. It's not shitty business practices, but it is a very fun game.
Yep.
For sure.
That's the state of a lot of games now, is just poor decisions in their part, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like
I think they could, if they got a few fans together of each game series and just had them point their direction, you'd end up with a lot better games, you know.
yeah.
Get the bureaucracy out of there. The guys that are just you know, looking at the statistics and whatnot.
Yeah, and the thing is that like
trying to appeal to everybody instead of just their core audience that loves the game, you know.
Yeah, I think that I do think that there is a certain psychology to it where like our nature as consumers, like we're not happy enough with what we're getting. Like we want better and better every year, and the quality is good. I mean, Battlefield 2042 is an exception to that rule, but the quality for most games that come out it's pretty good. It's like and the Halo Infinite 2, when it released, that was just absolutely fucking abhorrent.
People are upset.
The 4 game modes that they had.
Yeah, people are upset because back in the day, of course, they'd come out with games and there'd be no bugs, and of course it's different now.
Campaign, multiplayer, and then some kind of third party.
It's different now because they can actually update those bugs when it starts out. Like back then, they wouldn't be able to update it.
Yeah,
it'd just be a disc. You know,
if
there's a bug on there, it's in the game forever. But people are upset about that now because I understand it. Yeah, you should release a game that's not, a finished product pretty much when it comes out. If everybody's paying for it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting YouTube videos on that, but I think
they usually figure it out.
Yeah, I think if you're paying
later
that
down the road,
I mean, because they've gone up from 60 to 70 now for a lot of games, right? Is that something that I've kind of noticed that this isn't just me, right? Yep. Yeah. So what? For that price, you would think you're getting your completed product, right? I mean, you would hope.
I think they were talking about a subscription service for GTA 6. Instead of being able to buy the game, you'd have to pay a subscription to play it. That's pretty fucked up.
Oh, God. Yeah, and the worst part of that is that people would fucking pay it.
100%.
Man, that would set such a horrible precedent for the whole fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, that would ruin... It would be like Fortnite with their skins. God. Every single game would have to go to that.
The Battle Pass system?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, Battle Passes from Fortnite and crazy skins. Now every single game's doing that.
Yeah.
COD and...
I don't hate that, but fucking a subscription service for playing a video game? Like, come on, man. That is not...
I don't think they could get away with that, but...
Well, the way that... Yeah, the economics of it all is insane, but it makes... They have to make money somehow, because then they can't pay their fucking programmers, they can't pay the designers, they can't pay the multiplayer guys, they can't... Yeah. So they have to try and make the money up somewhere, but then that's why they have these shitty business practices like what you just said.
Yeah. Yeah. Loot boxes were the big thing. Now those are kind of gone now. I like the Battle Pass system better than loot boxes.
The loot boxes, I would agree 100%. Because at least you're still kind of working through something.
Yep.
You
can see what you're getting.
Yeah, you're getting more of a reason to play.
You can choose whether it's worth it or not to get to level 100 or...
Yeah.
Whether or not you're just buying a bunch of loot boxes to try to get that one thing.
Yeah, whole thing was shitty. I never bought into that.
No.
Ever. Yeah. I never thought that was...
That's probably why it failed, because it was... Well, there was a lot of lawsuits against it, too, because it was like gambling for kids, pretty much.
Yeah, marketable gambling to children. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was a rough time period, yeah. I remember how pissed people were. And the whole like community around gaming was so bitter at that point too.
Yeah, it was
not good. Rough. Not good.
Definitely a little better now, I'd say, but
yeah. Moving on to a better waste of time. What's your favorite TV show? And what are you watching currently?
Right now I'm watching Monk. It's
what?
Monk. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what is that?
I don't know. It just popped up on Netflix, and I thought I heard of it before, but I'm not sure after watching it. But it's pretty nerdy, but it's kind of like Sherlock Holmes a little bit, kind of, but it's about a detective.
Like with Benedict Cumberbatch?
A little bit. It's about a detective that has pretty much the same powers as Sherlock Holmes. Like, he could just look at a guy and...
The deductive reasoning? Yeah.
But he's got severe OCD, so it, like, impairs him in his day-to-day life. It's kind of an interesting concept, but they do some pretty nerdy stuff with it. Like, the one of the episodes I watched last night was, it's Willie Nelson. He gets implicated in a shooting.
Like the country singer?
Yeah, he's in the episode.
Is he alive still?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
I think he still tours and shit, even though he's fucking old now. But I think he still tours and stuff.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna have to watch that. That sounds good, actually, because I love Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, they do a lot of nerdy stuff with it, but it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's kind of cool concept, but
yeah, I love Sherlock. Love that show.
I mean, just having Willie Nelson in an episode was funny.
So that's what you're watching.
Then having him in a, he's like a suspect in a murder. And then he comes in and figures it out.
Yeah. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to watch that. It's on Netflix, you said?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Monk, huh?
Monk.
Yep.
Adrian Monk.
Adrian Monk. All right, I have to watch that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Okay, so what's your favorite TV show then? Is that Monk show then?
No, I'd say probably Better Call Saul. Yeah, that was probably my favorite TV show of all time.
And you're gonna stand on that. You're gonna die on that hill that it's better than Breaking Bad.
I'm not sure. I haven't watched Breaking Bad in a long time, but I think it's, in my opinion, I almost think it's a little bit better than Breaking Bad, which is kind of crazy.
Sacrilegious.
I love Breaking Bad too. It's an amazing show.
That's a little bit sacrilegious, I would say.
I
am currently watching Better Call Saul, and I'm rewatching Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I watched one of my favorite shows I watched this year so far was Invincible on Amazon.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that.
You need to watch that. It's very good.
I do need to watch it.
It's kind of just more of a fun. It's not as deep as those shows, but it's fun. It's a cool. I like it. I recently watched Death Note as well.
Yeah.
Death Note's so fucking awesome.
That's a very good show.
I watched it with my wife. Man, it's so good. Such an awesome show.
How did she end up liking it?
At first she hated it because of the demon. She's like, this is horrible. And then we got, I was like, well, it's not really going to matter. It's not about those, it's about the hunt, the game.
Oh yeah.
And once we got into it, she loved it. She loved it. Yeah. It's very good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed it when we watched it. But...
You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball at you, and I'm gonna say that my favorite TV show is definitely Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender, man, so good. Have you ever seen it all the way through?
No, that's another one. Even when I was a kid, it would just it'd be on TV. I'd flick to it quick, and I guess watching shows on TV, it was just like random episodes. So if I watched it all the way through, it'd probably be better.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
But just from watching TV shows as a kid, once that came on, I'd flick to a different station, channel. But
I don't know, man. You gotta, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Yeah. I think the reason it's so good for me is that it's, I don't know, the main character is just so good, and it's very wholesome. Such a good wholesome show. It makes you feel good. I don't know. Kind of gives you hope.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Does it get kind of dark or?
No.
By the end?
No, not really. The main character just maintains that it could have, but
okay.
He maintains that good character, that good hope, that strong
Yeah.
sense of morality that you're like, wow, this is, it's still just so good, you know. It's
when you didn't read the How to Train Your Dragon books, did you?
I did.
You did read the books?
I did read the books.
Those are wild because it starts out really lighthearted, you know, and then once you get to the last few books, it's like it gets dark.
Yeah,
like the whole world's kind of hanging in the balance. Like I don't remember much about those books too. I almost thought about rereading them now because I enjoyed them so much when I was a kid.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just remember it starting out lighthearted and then it gets like darker and darker as the books progress. And
all I remember is like
there's no dragons at the end, you know.
I don't remember that at all, but I do remember the one part about the potato. It's like the cure, right, for like this one poison.
Yeah, or so, yeah.
They're like, what is this? And it's like it's just a fucking potato.
I think they say like the the vegetable that has no name or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the New World or whatever.
Yeah, and they and it's like the cure for the poison.
Yeah, Alvin the Terrible.
He's
cool.
That scene was very good in that book. I remember them describing it like in that. I don't know if it's like a hut or a town hall and I remember it being described as like very snowy for some reason. And then I don't remember what happens to Hiccup, our main character.
Yep. But
somehow he got poisoned, and then the only cure is like this. You have to suck on this vegetable, and it ends up being a potato, but they don't know that because they're stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy how different the books were. That happens a lot, but
I love the movie. I love the books, but I love the movie, man.
I mean, that's where you'd start out at as a kid, pretty much in the movies.
The movie, well,
that's where I started out.
The movie, I think, is well.
I watched the movies as a kid, and then we'd spend a lot of time at the library. And I was like, holy shit, there's How to Train Your Dragon books?
I'm gonna read these up, yeah.
And I started reading it, and it was like, holy shit, these are damn good, you know?
Yeah. The movies are just so... Or the first one. I don't really care for the second or third one very much. Yeah. I watch the first one, and I'm good. That's where I usually call it. But I remember when that movie came out, I was obsessed with it. I watched it over and over and over and over and over again. And I bought the little action figures.
Yep.
Remember me and our other cousin were like way into it, and we bought those, or had our parents buy them for us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I love that movie. It just resonated with me so much for some reason at that point in my life.
Yep.
And I just watched it over and over and over again. I remember, like, every once in a while, I'll just watch it again because it's just good. Like, I remember a couple years ago, I was working at our family's business, and I was pretty depressed. I was really lonely. And I just kind of started seeing a girl, but then we went on one date. I thought it went really well, but for some reason then she just cut everything off because she didn't want to, wasn't ready to give in on that stuff. And so it's like, all right, whatever. And I was really alone, and I was really sad. And I watched that movie, and I was like, man, I feel better. I feel so much better.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, and that's a good movie. It's just very lighthearted. But I as of right now, I'm rewatching Breaking Bad. Man, that show is so fucking good. Like the feelings in that show and the visuals and the just everything. It's just so good.
Yep.
It just sucks you in. Like I think I rewatched it. Like I started rewatching it 3 days ago, and I'm already halfway through. Like because you just can't stop. You start an episode, and you just can't stop. You just can't stop.
Yeah,
good.
When I started watching Better Call Saul, I got sucked in like that, binge watched it, and then the last season hadn't came out yet, so I got all the way up to that, and then it was still quite a few months before that one came out. So then right before the new season came out, I rewatched all the rest of it just so I was caught up again. So I rewatched it all the way up to the last season, and then of course watched the last season, and yeah, it was just incredible. I think you'll really enjoy it. I mean, it's on par with Breaking Bad, if not better. You know.
Yeah, I think we're on episode.
Of course, I just
3
love
or
Saul
4.
too, so.
Yeah, Saul's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great character. I don't know, man. It's not the same without. To me, it's not the same without Walt and Jesse.
Or maybe I should say Jimmy McGill, right?
Jesse, could you be that fucking stupid? I love it, man. I love it. I love the dichotomy. Yeah, the dichotomy, like just the dumb junkie and the genius scientist.
Yeah, just incredible show.
I mean, there's a reason everybody likes it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
For most people.
Definitely not original to say that's your favorite show, but
no, it's very good.
It's
favorite would probably
there's a
be,
reason. So.
It'd probably be Avatar for sure.
Okay.
Love Avatar, but definitely have a huge spot in my heart for Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
and probably Better Call Saul once we get through it. Trying to think of what else we've. Death Note's so fucking good too, though. Like that's another one that.
Yeah, it is a very good show.
Man, that movie or that show is fucking. That anime is fucking awesome. So good.
Yeah, a little while back I was watching Sopranos, getting through that. I still haven't finished it. I really enjoy Sopranos too, but there's a lot of moments that's like you could tell that they're kind of forcing a storyline and.
Yeah.
You know, they're just kind of wedging it in there. I do really enjoy Sopranos, though. That's a very good show.
I've never seen that one. I might have to try it out.
Yeah, it's like a mobster one.
You know? I might have to try this monk one that you're talking about.
Yes.
That one sounds really good.
It's pretty dirty, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty? In what ways?
Nerdy.
Nerdy.
Yeah, with an N.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you said dirty. I was like, oh, okay.
Dirty show.
A little spicy.
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right. Well,
another show that I extremely enjoyed was Dexter. Did you watch any of that?
My parents watched it a lot, and I saw a little bit of it. Was it good?
I watched all the way through it in that new season they came out with a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
is it pretty good?
Yeah, some seasons are stronger than others because each season's kind of a big storyline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and certain seasons are way better than others. Like,
so would that one be your favorite then?
I think the Trinity Killer one, that was like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that was season 5 or something, and that was probably the best one of the whole series, but...
Yeah.
The last season was pretty shitty. Kinda. It wasn't too good, but the killer guy, he's played by the guy that voices Mr. Krabs. But he is actually like a really good villain for that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, his whole thing was maybe I shouldn't tell you. You want to watch it or?
Yeah, I mean I'm going to eventually, but I want to.
Okay, then I won't say it. Yeah, I won't say his whole thing.
Dexter, right. Yeah. So which one is would you say that's your favorite then?
I'd say Better Call Saul is my favorite, but Dexter was really good.
Better Call Saul.
I did really enjoy that.
I could definitely see Better Call Saul being your favorite for sure.
Yeah, I just love... I love Saul. He's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
He's one of my favorite characters in Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
So then...
I would have to say...
To get a whole spinoff show, just him, that was awesome.
I would have to say either Walt... Or not Walt. Jesse or Hank, for sure.
Hank is...
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He reminds me of somebody in our family very much.
Yep.
And I love that somebody in our family. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love... Hank is fucking awesome, man. He's cool. But I like Jesse, too. And I think the reason why is because he's got a good heart,
Yeah, and in that show,
he's a huge
You
douche.
like the other guys, too, like Badger and... They just
Skinny
do such
Pete.
a good... Yeah, Skinny Pete.
Skinny
they do
Pete.
such a good job of fleshing out their characters,
Yeah.
So you end up really liking them.
Yeah, Badger...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Another one I really liked was Mike. Kaya really loved my wife.
Mike is... And he's a really big part of Better Call Saul, so...
Yeah, my wife really
likes
likes Mike a lot.
Yep. Yeah, one of one show that I watched was the Downton Abbey. Did you ever watch any of that?
My mom used to watch it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of grandmas watch it.
I watched it with my mom.
Was it good?
I really enjoyed it, but it's just a drama show. There's no action, nothing pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's one that, like, you'll like it. You'll start liking a character, and then they'll do stuff with them that you end up hating that character. And then they have a little redeeming thing where you end up liking them a little bit again. And then it just, like, flip-flops. There's a couple of characters like that in that show where you like just them. Don't... Yeah, you hate them at first, and then you like them a little bit down the line. But it's kind of nice with, like, Breaking Bad and stuff, because you like the characters. I mean, you're kind of rooting for Walt and Jesse.
Yeah.
And then near the end, you're rooting more for Jesse, like...
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing, because I remember when we first watched it, I really liked Walt, and I was, like, on Walt's team, but now that I'm rewatching it, I'm like, yeah, he was kind of a fucking asshole, and he really lost his way pretty quick in all that whole thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the special thing about that show is showing his kind of big arc into villainy, pretty much. You know?
Yeah.
He starts out as just a normal guy, and then, and then kind of showing Jesse be a better person at the end of the show.
Yeah, kind of go back.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how they flip-flop.
Because he ends up being a better person by the end. Even though he goes through a lot of shit.
Well, that's what makes you a better person.
Getting tortured by Nazis and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, that show is crazy.
Yeah, fucking wild.
I would say that one's my favorite if I hadn't seen Avatar.
Yeah, after I got, there's 6 seasons, right? In Breaking Bad?
Something like that.
Okay, I remember the season before the last season, because that's the whole Gus arc when it ends. And I had a hard time picking it up after that again, because it was like, you just got that huge crescendo pretty much where you're building up to that for like a whole couple seasons pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a hard time after that arc was ended to pick it back up. And then it's kind of slow again a little bit because they're building up the next one.
Yeah.
But then how it ended was just incredible, so...
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. That show's
That's awesome. The way to end a show right there, you know?
We could do a whole fucking podcast on just that show.
Yeah, we'll do the
with
recaps
seasons,
of each episode.
Seasons-long podcast with just that show. All right. Next question. Definitely off topic here, but... I was curious on it because I don't know where you stand on this. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Do I personally?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Let's hear some claims, some reasons to back that up.
I've never seen them.
Yeah.
That's all I could boil down to, I guess. Have you watched much of the shows?
You've never seen Tom Cruise either, but... You seen him on film?
Yeah, Bigfoot.
How do you know Tom Cruise is real?
Well, Bigfoot, his films are almost always considered a hoax.
Almost.
Whether that's not true or not, you know.
Yeah.
Like the first video, he's got some, or she's got some milkers on her, son of a bitch. Have you watched that? The
Bigfoot thing?
Yeah, the Bigfoot, like the classic original one of him walking.
Yeah, fuck, what's that guy's name?
He's got some... I don't know. Got some titties.
Yeah, that original footage.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't believe in Bigfoot, but that footage is probably the most convincing for me. But I think, actually...
Well, those guys, they took it to their grave. The guys that did that.
Well,
they filmed it, and then they went around and made a bunch of money on it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the guy... Patterson?
Yeah,
I think the guy that was there, one of the guys that was there, he was like, that Patterson guy, I think on his deathbed he admitted it was fake or something.
Did he?
I thought I heard that, but...
I feel like I heard that they took it to their graves, but I'm not sure about that.
Well, it's definitely possible.
Been a little while since I brushed up on my Bigfoot research, you know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he's, you know, I mean, there's lots of theories on it, like time travel and...
Yeah, have you heard now that they think that he can...
Go through wormholes.
Go through dimensions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, man, that'd be insane.
That's how nobody sees him. He's always jumping in wormholes, you know?
Yeah, that's the issue.
And he'll come out to fuck with some guy's cabin or something, and he'll see him. And then he disappears again.
Yeah, never to be seen again. Until he comes out of the wormhole.
Yeah, some guy will get a little footage of him walking in the trees by a field or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he jumps into the wormhole again.
I will say it freaks me out, like, to think about that we don't know what's all out there.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's pretty well documented at this point, but...
I'd say on land it's pretty good unless you're getting into, like, the jungle and shit, because then that's when I
don't know, man. There's a lot of forests out there. A lot. I'm not saying Bigfoot's real, but I'm just saying
a lot of real remote places that you really just can't get to.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that thing about, like, people would walk around in the woods and find random staircases?
Yeah, that's all fake, of course. That was like one of those...
There's a lot of similar
What are those internet stories? What are they called? Creepypastas? That was a creepypasta. I watched a video on that, of course. Because the first time I heard about that, I was listening to some videos, too, like, telling about that. Creepy stories. Yeah, it was like people looking for somebody out in the woods and on the staircase out there.
I don't know, dude.
Like, I got the staircase.
That shit scared me. I mean, I knew it probably wasn't real, but it freaked me out. Yeah.
And then...
What are those staircases doing out there? Who put them there? Why are they out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could find something like that.
Huh?
I'm sure you could find something like that somewhere. Like some old cabin was built out there, and you could find
just a staircase.
The staircase left that they built that out of rock or something.
Crazy, man.
I'm sure you could find that if you really looked, but
there's a lot of fucking woods out there, man. A lot of woods.
Oh yeah,
a lot. I mean, I'm not saying I believe in those things, but
yep.
It still frightens me to know how much we don't know.
Well, yeah, there's just a lot of real remote places out there that you can't really see much of, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of crazy places.
You don't believe in them because you haven't seen them, huh? That's your...
Yeah, if I do
nothing
see Bigfoot...
convinces you?
If I see Bigfoot, that would change my mind, but...
What do you have to...
Have you watched much of the, like, History Channel shows on Bigfoot?
No.
No.
I've seen the Finding Bigfoot show.
Yeah, the Finding Bigfoot. They got that chick on there that every episode she's like, you know, after the events of tonight, I think I'm kind of convinced now, because she's the skeptic, so-called, of the show. And then the next episode, you know, is on, and she's like, there's no way Bigfoot's not real. You know?
Yeah.
The next episode.
That is true. I guess I never really noticed that until you said that, but
I do like the Chum Lee type guy, you know. that hits,
with the long Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo, right?
Yeah.
Hitting the
Fucking
sticks on
Bobo.
the trees and yelling out there.
Yeah. Have us on the show. We want to come. We'll find Bigfoot.
Yeah, we'll put those backpacks on with the big camera sticking out of it.
We'll find him.
Yeah.
We'll
go find him.
If he's out there, we'll find him.
I'd like to meet Bobo in the flesh, so
yeah,
get me out there.
No, Bobo's on my chest.
Yeah, we'll run around in the woods at night for a little while.
Hit logs on trees and shit.
The most ridiculous of those shows is Mountain Monsters. Have you watched that one at all?
Oh, dude. Fucking love that show. Remember when me and our other cousin were...
That's right. We watched that a bit.
We watched that a little bit, and we were... Primo! Yeah, we were talking about Huckleberry.
Yep.
The dude that builds the traps and shit.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore because
Primo!
Trapper ended up dying, so...
Serious?
Yeah. So it was a little sad, but they don't make those...
Is that why it ended?
They don't make that show anymore. I think so. think that's probably why it ended. But...
We should watch some of that right after this.
Yeah.
Right after this, we're going to turn it on and we're going to watch it.
But yeah, my favorite episode, the most ridiculous one, is when they build that big maze trap to catch the chupacabra.
Yeah, he got out. Yeah,
and then they're at one side of it, and you hear the scratching, like the scratching on the walls and stuff.
Yeah,
and then there's a big crash, and then they get the infrared cameras out, and they're like, Bigfoot just broke out the chupacabras.
Yeah,
those chupacabras are like Bigfoot's hunting dogs.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
And they're showing it on the infrared, like.
Oh
fucking
my
crazy.
gosh.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Last question of the evening here. Favorite conspiracy?
Favorite conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Mine is probably the lizards, Illuminati lizards.
Generic, man. Generic.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that's such a deep one,
You got the videos of their eyes turning around and shit.
Well, you get it. It's they've taken over politicians, right? The reptiles, and then of course they got the mind control base on the moon.
Oh yeah, naturally.
The Matrix mind control base on the moon, and they control your thoughts and shit. The lizards.
Yeah, well that's what they do.
That's just what they do. That's their nature.
It's in their nature. Yeah, you can't do anything about it. That one's good. I would have to say that one that's kind of plausible is that 9/11 was... How do I word this? People think that 9/11 was staged.
The inside job.
Staged.
By Bush. Yeah.
Or maybe not, and it doesn't even have to be staged, but used by the U.S. to get, gain oil and money and line the pockets of people who were...
Well, the way I think about it, I mean, we've said before, trying to stay away from political stuff, but...
Well, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I think that just a lot of people...
And it doesn't have to be Bush, it could have been anybody.
Yeah. Oh, I think just a lot of people profited off of it by seeing what they could do in that, because every single war, somebody's going to profit off of it.
So you're saying that it happened naturally, but they utilized it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just took advantage of it. And that gives it a bad rap,
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not very well versed on that,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know either, but I like that one because it's plausible. It's very possible that happened.
The one that I actually do believe is the CIA killing John F. Kennedy.
I have heard that one. Yeah.
Because it seems plausible. I mean, I think John F. Kennedy at the time was talking about disbanding the CIA, and the CIA could have viewed that as because the whole point of that's like getting rid of threats to the USA. So they could have viewed that as getting rid of the CIA was a threat to the USA, and took them out, There's just there's so much stuff to that one too,
There's a really good shout out to a channel called Lemino, Lemmino, and he's got a really awesome video that he released, I think this summer, about the that assassination. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's very good. You should watch it.
Yeah, I definitely should. That's another one I haven't brushed up on in a long time. So I couldn't speak to it very well, but that is very interesting. Yeah, I like all of what the Nazis were doing too, like for conspiracy wise.
You like what the Nazis were doing?
No, but just like conspiracy wise, like they're searching for the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah, like, going to Antarctica to find the tunnels and shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure one of the American presidents, he was doing some kind of expedition to find the Hollow Earth or something too, if I remember correctly.
That's where your fucking taxpayer money went.
Oh, this was a long time ago, but...
Yeah, so...
The Hollow Earth one's pretty fun, too. There's like artificial sun down there. And...
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man.
There's a lot of
science,
stuff
bitch. That's why there's science, man. There's, to disprove all that crazy nonsense.
Oh yeah.
Middle Earth is not. It's not plausible, but there could be tunnels and shit. I mean, you never know because it's. And the underground bases for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, all of World War One. I mean, in the trenches, everything was underground, pretty much there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like. Oh, sorry. Like nuclear fallout shelters and shit, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's for real, for sure. Gotta be. It's gotta be. In the mountains and.
Well, back in the 50s, they had everybody building little bunkers. I guess no, even in the 40s, like in Britain, everybody had a little air raid shelter in their yard, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because they were getting bombed and shit, so.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Other people.
Yeah, imagine
human beings flying around in fucking metal things that are bombing other people.
Hey, just imagine living through that. Like.
That's crazy, dude.
Like you wake up in the morning. Well, you'd have the air raid, and then you get up in the morning and like try to go to work.
Is fucking blown up.
Oh, you'd try to go to work or something. Because they just kept working through it and stuff. Go to work, like, oh, well, my work's been blown up. What am I supposed to do now?
Yeah. Hell yeah, I get
some off of work.
Yeah, I get a couple months off till they rebuild.
Yeah, people are pretty adaptable though. So.
Oh yeah, I think you were
going through something horrible like that. Humans will adapt and they'll make the best of it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's insane, man. That.
Oh yeah.
We fucking bomb each other. Like to think about that. Like nowadays, especially, it's like, well, and you got
Well, it was both sides too.
Yeah, fucking up the German
World
people.
War II, it was just bombing cities and shit. And I mean, the Germans, they were just bombing London to bomb it, pretty much. They might have been looking for factories and stuff, but I think they were just trying to break them down and make them surrender.
Yeah, into submission.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, it's crazy, man. We are very fortunate to live in the time that we do.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could say is bad going on, but definitely not the worst time in the world. Definitely not the closest that the world has come to ending.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Cuban Missile Crisis was probably... Well, they had... Did you ever... I mean, there's a bunch of YouTube videos about it, too, but there's this one guy in Russia... They had in their computer systems, they had like a warning of a nuclear bomb coming. So then they were like, send out the nukes. And this one guy that had the nuclear launch key or something, he decided not to do it and wait. So that was like the closest the world has come to ending, pretty much. Right there.
Well, and that would be the end, man, because...
Well, yeah, we'd see the nukes coming in and whoosh, launch them out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then like...
that'd be the end.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It can all happen
it
with
came
the push of a couple buttons.
Came down to one
I'm
guy
sure it's not that
much
simple,
at
but...
one point.
That's crazy, dude. That's
if
crazy.
that is true. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that either.
How unfortunate that none of us have any control over fucking anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what I mean by that is like... You have no say in the direction of what this world goes into, at all.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna fucking blow it up, they're gonna do it. And you have no say in that at all.
Yeah.
And all it takes is a few inputs of a few different codes, a couple launch keys, and everything's fucking over.
Yep. Yeah. It could just. Yeah. Somebody crazy. They could just have it all in tomorrow, pretty much. Wild to think about. We're definitely not near that right now. I mean, people think about using nuclear, nuclear bombs in Ukraine or whatever, but...
I might be naive for this, but I'm under the belief that we'll probably never get to that point because I think all parties understand what what that would cause.
Yeah, the implication is just the end of the world.
Yeah, and I don't think that anybody wants that. So
of course, through the Cold War, there's lots of moments where it was close to that.
Yeah,
like the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff. That was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So, luckily that never happened, and
Crazy.
we're still here.
Crazy. We'd probably be safe anyway. No one's gonna nuke little fucking Wyoming.
We'd be pretty close because they have a bunch of missile silos in Montana. So,
That is true. They do.
Yeah, we'd be pretty close to the
Plus,
where they'd be.
they might be smart to target fucking Yellowstone. Try and set that bitch off. Then yeah, we'd really be fucked.
If you're trying to end the world with that, you're just
launch a nuke into that
I
bitch.
that would end the world too, right there.
I don't know how volcanoes work. I don't know if they work that way, but if they do, yeah, you could fuck up the entire.
Yeah, I don't know if it would work like that, but it would be
devastating
for sure.
Yeah,
and I've heard people say that could go off any day too, but I really don't think so. No. There'd be a lot of warning signs before it happened, I believe.
Nah, they're saying I've heard all growing up. All I heard was like, "Oh yeah, we're like 10,000 years overdue for an eruption," and I'm like, "Oh well, we're pretty much fucked then, right?" And
yeah.
and I listened to. I was like watching videos on it, and I finally found this scientific video about it that was like, you know what, we're not even close. Like, the signs would be there.
Yeah.
The lava flow has to be like this. The pressure has to be this. Like, we're very far from that. Yellowstone's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it's
crazy,
incredible place, and I mean, like stuff like Old Faithful's like almost dying down too. Like, it gets longer and longer between it.
Each spurts, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice place to travel to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take advantage of it more this summer.
Yep, for sure. And I just love driving through there too. So
yeah, it's definitely
it's a very nice drive.
The whole thing is just beautiful.
Yeah, people can get on your nerves because there's just so many people there.
Oh, look at that squirrel! They'd pull over and fucking slow
block
everyone
the
down.
road.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Don't remind me.
I guess we're used to seeing buffalo. I mean, that doesn't really.
Yeah.
Need to see buffalo, but
doesn't faze us.
I get why people do it.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful.
If you're from a city or something and you pull through there, like.
It's fun to hike in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously you have to be safe about it, but
there's just so much pretty stuff out there,
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. But
for sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
I guess that probably concludes this episode.
Yeah, we've been going for far too long. I don't want to hang out with you this long.
Oh, hey.
Just kidding. No, I enjoyed it. We'll be back next week.
Yep, for sure.
Can't believe we're on episode 3 already. I feel like we just had this idea.
Yep. So, 3rd episode. Yep, that'll be 3 weeks in. And I guess this has been the Real Original Podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening.
If anybody does ever listen to this, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you later.
Yep. Goodbye.